What did you think was common knowledge but honestly wasn't? That there are no tigers in Africa. I was on safari in Tanzania and two others in the truck were discussing how excited they would be to see tigers. I told them there weren't any and they looked all disbelieving and crestfallen, like I was spoiling their fun. They had to check with the guide. So growing up, I always saw the videos of sea turtles or other animals suffering, disfigured, or killed by plastic soda holder rings not being cut before being thrown out. This of course stuck with me, and so when I worked in an hospital kitchen, I would collect the rings from the soda restock on the shift, and simply slice each ring. One day, my co-worker asked why I did it. I explained. And he just stood there for a moment, and went, "Huh, I never thought of that." My mind was blown. I thought it was common knowledge these things really jacked up wildlife. He then proceeded to tell all of our coworkers, and I was further shocked that over half of them also didn't seem to know this was an issue. I have a twin sister. I'm a guy. You would be surprised how often I get asked if we're identical. Started working as a service plumber, and I can't believe how many people are surprised when you say don't put grease down the drain. That's something I grew up with, the mason jar under the sink where you dump the grease out of the pan. Too many people don't know that it shouldn't go down the drain. FAQ. Question: what's grease do to my pipes? A. Grease, fats and oils stick to the sides and solidify. This causes the inside diameter to decrease and leaves behind a sticky, uneven surface that stuff can't slide over easily. This is especially bad if you use a garbage disposal. Question: what do I do with the grease if I can't dump it down the drain? A. Trash or a jar. Some people save it for cooking, some use a jar to prevent their trash from smelling. Some simply dump it outside in the yard. Wipe the pan with a paper towel to further decrease what goes down the drain. Question: what about toilets? A. Shit and shit paper, nothing else. No wipes, not even the flushable ones are safe. No tampons, no pads, no diapers, no condoms, etc. Question: does hot water help? A. Not nearly as much as you think. Enough hot water will flush out almost anything, and liquid soap can help too, but in my opinion it's easier and faster to just use a jar or the trash. When I was a kid, I thought when people got hurt, it's normal to get a shot. Syringe and needles. Turns out I have hemophilia and my mom was really good at making me not feel like I was different. Damn, as a fellow hemophiliac my parents had no qualms with letting me know how different my situation was, but they were good at helping me learn that just cause I'm different doesn't mean it's a bad thing, or that I should be treated badly for it. Good on your mom though, she sounds like a great parent. Both ways work, it's all in how they execute it in the end. That just because someone speaks a different language doesn't mean they're deaf or hard of hearing. Speak slower? Absolutely. Speak 50 decibels louder than normal? Unnecessary. That dogs chase animals. I see so many people giving away their dogs because they're chasing my chickens. Duh. They're prey-driven animals. That's literally what most were made to do. OMG, I once watched a show where a woman called in a dog behavior expert because she didn't know what was wrong with her purebred small terrier. She keeps chasing rodents. The expert had to explain that that is exactly what this breed is meant for. That the moon can be visible in the daytime. Like, how can you go through life never noticing that? PFFF, what kind of idiot still believes in the moon? Everyone knows it's just the back of the sun. Indian is not a language. In India we have 30+ major languages and hundreds of local dialects. A pony is not a baby horse. I see this revelation a few times a year on Reddit. A baby horse is a foal. A pony is a small horse, typically a few different breeds. Don't put laundry softener in your towel's load. The towels will retain it and be unable to absorb water properly. If you've done this already, you may need to wash your towels several times without softener to get it all out. I have this fight endlessly with my wife. She complains that I leave the towels stiff. Well, you know what, honey? I'd rather be dry and scratchy than dripping wet, caressing myself with an impotent downy cloth. That narwhals are really a thing. My parents thought I had read some fake online article because in what world would a unicorn whale exist? After a few minutes of looking it up on their own, they realized that these weird creatures are in fact real. That girls should pee after sex. My roommate just got a UTI, and when I asked if she peed after sex, she asked why she would do that. Guys should too. Girls have shorter urethras than guys do, so are more prone to UTIs cause of it. My wife's doc told us that. Basic human anatomy. My wife got into it with this lady at work who was in her 50s and insisted that men have one less rib than women because of the Bible story. My mother still thinks this as well, actually. I think she's changed her mind since the last discussion about it, thankfully. Also, I've come across plenty of people think that the stomach is just one large organ that takes up most of the lower abdomen. You just eat food, goes to the stomach, then you poops it out. Chickens lay eggs without a rooster being around to breed them. It's weird how many people don't know this. Yeah, eating eggs are not like eating chickens that never got to live. Unfertilized eggs are like the menstruation of hens. That the misuse of antibiotics is a legitimate issue. Had my girlfriend tell me that she never finishes her prescriptions because they give her extras, and then if she's feeling sick in the future, she'll take the extras. That Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Just for comparison, New Mexico license plates used to read, New Mexico, USA, because so many people thought they were not from the US. Toasters have a tray at the bottom that you can remove to clean the breadcrumbs. I knew about this, but also I never clean it. When driving, there's something in between gassing and braking. You can coast to let the car drag and slow a little before turns, exits, to merge into slower traffic. It blows my mind how many people love to ride their brakes, then get right back on the gas, and then ride their brakes. I wonder how often they have to change their brakes. That birth control being 99% effective does not mean you'll get pregnant once out of 99 times having sex. Yeah, it means that, on average, if 100 couples have sex for 1 year, then one of them will get pregnant. Don't distract service dogs. Don't coo, don't pet, don't stare, don't gasp, don't point. Just ignore them. After being a service dog handler for a little over a year, wow, people act more like they're seeing a service giraffe or something. And they don't even try to hide it. So irritating. Africa is not a country, it's a continent. Why the sky is blue? This debate keeps popping up everywhere I seem to go, and without fail everyone agrees it's because it reflects the ocean. In fact, blue light is scattered in all directions by the tiny molecules of air in Earth's atmosphere. Blue is scattered more than other colors because it travels as shorter, smaller waves. This is why we see a blue sky most of the time. That a square is a rectangle. I live in the Midwest around a lot of farmers and country folk. A whole bunch of us went out for a friend's birthday the night before Easter. The bar was playing one of those Charlton Heston movies where he was portraying Jesus. And I made a comment to my boyfriend about how I find it funny that everyone in the movie was white, considering this story was taking place in the Middle East supposedly 2,000 some years ago. One of the guys in our group whipped around like someone just told him a nuclear bomb went off, and was like, "What do you mean? Of course Jesus was white. Have you seen all of the paintings in church, etc.?" The long and short of it, I had to explain, and show him, that different cultures portray Jesus in the skin tone of their choosing, when in reality, if he existed, was probably a pretty dark-complected dude. I'm pretty sure I ruined his night. Basic geography. My school never focused on it, and I am abysmal at it. I am learning. My kids have a globe and they love to look at the countries. I figure it is good for me too because you are never too old to learn something new. Funny story. A guy at work is in a similar position as you. Apparently he found a giant wall map of the world in another office and put it up in his office so he could look at it from time to time and learn geography. One day I was talking about an upcoming trip to the Czech Republic. Him, "You mean Czechoslovakia?" Me, "No. That country does not exist anymore." Him, "Yeah, I've been learning geography. Come look at my map, I'll show you." I went into his office and looked closely at the map. It is old as crap. It has the Soviet Union on it. Apparently he had been learning from this map for months. He was really pissed, and I laughed a lot. Good times. Astronomy and astrology are two completely different things. The Earth goes around the sun, not the other way around. I'm a nutritionist and work in retail, so I have hundreds of these. It was a steep learning curve being exposed to the public that made me realize things I thought were glaringly obvious really aren't. Ones that stick out right now. That oil is fat. Have honestly had customers say they take oil as a protein supplement, Or ask if oil has carbs. That fruit has sugar carbohydrates. That nutrients come from food, and that's the whole point of eating. Customers often think they can do crappy meal replacement shakes or 500 calories non-food diets for months at a time, and wonder how they get deficient in basic nutrients like iron or magnesium. That fish oils come from fish, yes, I'm serious. And my personal favorite, that Himalaya, is not a country. Customer: I need Himalayan pink salt. Me: sure. It's just in this bulk bin here. See, this is from Pakistan. Do you have one from Himalaya? The Himalayas are a mountain range that stretch across a few countries, including Pakistan, where the salt is mined. See, oh, are you very sure? That smaller cars with smaller engines get better gas mileage. It is to most people, but I told a girl I worked with once, and she had no idea that her Jeep Cherokee was a terrible pizza delivery vehicle because it was big and heavy and a gas guzzler. That you can't purchase an item at a discount and then return it to the store at full price. Stores are not going to give you free money for buying stuff and then returning it. They will return the money you paid. What? You paid? The number of people I had shout at me that the store was stealing their money because they did not understand this simple concept is incredible. What did you think was common knowledge but honestly wasn't? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.